Hello, welcome to Tuesday, March 16th. How are you doing with the time change from daylight savings? It's a little crazy how 1 hour can really rattle your schedule. I'm certainly feeling it. Hopefully you're surviving it well. All right, Darkness of Light Tarot. For our message today, oh, 2 jumpers. Okay, we have the 3 of Blades reversed and the Lovers. Okay. I'll pull another one on this one. Okay, the Hierophant. Okay, so love lost, whether this be a romantic partner, a friend, a family member, a loss associated with a relationship. And this is not with yourself, this is with somebody else. It was very strong, but came to an end very quickly. Hard and fast is what I'm hearing for how this ended. Very abrupt, wasn't pre-planned, it just came to a halt immediately. You're still going through the healing process of that, which is going to take some time. I'm going to say at least 3 to 4 months. And you're already starting to learn from it what that particular lesson in this soul contract or connection with this individual was supposed to be. You're learning it now. You're starting to see little glimpses of why this was on your path. And even if you're somebody who doesn't necessarily believe in a soul contract or, having your fate decided already, there are little pieces that you're kind of stringing together to be like, oh, okay, I'm getting this now. I understand why I needed to go through this. So while you're kind of going through, the waves of loss and grief and anger, pain, heartache, there's still like a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel here, because you're not just focusing on those emotions, but you're actually tuning into the why. Why was this something that was important to my development in this life? We have 10 of Coins. And part of that lesson is to get you to the point where you feel fulfilled in all possible meanings of life on your own, by yourself, in yourself fully, that you are not dependent on somebody else, that you can support yourself emotionally, financially, physically. Like, you're part of this lesson is to stand on your own 2 feet again, because you may have been pulled into that vortex of being dependent on one another. And whether that is emotionally or physically, whatever that dependency is, it's falling away as a means to get you closer to ultimate fulfillment by yourself. Because when you can be at that stage and you welcome, another energy into that mix, another human being, you come into it with more confidence, and it negates that need to be dependent on the other person, so that when you are ready to pull somebody back in, that energy is going to be a lot more compatible for you, because you're not seeking things to fill a void, you're seeking a complementary partner. Yeah, 4 of Wands. So there will be a celebration around this, potentially marriage. if this is what your blueprint in your head about what you want in life, if you really want to be married, or maybe just a long-term commitment, with no legal strings to it, that is still on the path. And you're moving closer to it because you've gone through this obstacle. That lesson is coming up again to support you moving towards what you want and what you deserve. Queen of Wands reversed. Yeah, okay. There's a piece of you that was lost in the development and sustainability of this relationship that is no longer. A piece of you that did stand alone, that independent part of you that was already there, even though it was sort of a fragile state, you've kind of lost it by being in this relationship. And your ability to live creatively and on a whim and have those adventurous moments was really kind of compacted and put back in the box because of this other person didn't really fit that lifestyle and was uncomfortable with the way that you were with being spontaneous and having that zest for life. I think this person was more on a stable path and very routine. And in partnering with this person, some of that sort of sucked the life out of you a little bit. That creative spark, that ability to be, free flowing with life. Tripping on my words here. It just kind of pulled something away from you that was so part of your identity. And I think that's why the Queen of Wands, I don't need all the cards, the Queen of Wands is in reverse, because it's like the shell of who you were is what you're at now. And you'll bounce back to it, and I'll actually probably come in a little bit stronger, because with those experiences with this other person, you're going to be like, I missed out on a lot of things just because they didn't want to be involved. But yet I was still ball and chain to them. So I lost out. And yeah, Tower moment. This was a big thing because you cannot get that time back. And I think that was another part of the lesson too, was feeling like you wasted your time. And it's never a waste, because if it's on your path, you're supposed to walk through it for a reason. But that human component of us that cannot accept, not cannot accept, but has to live by the earth rules of linear time, that feels not great. That maybe you've wasted months or years with this person that made you not feel like you anymore. And they may not have known that they were doing that, but you allowed it to happen. So this is sort of your awakening recently, when this break had occurred, this sudden stop to the relationship. That was your Tower moment, where you kind of had this, opportunity to come out of your body for a moment and be like, you know what, this doesn't look like the path I want to be on anymore. This isn't me at all. And here we are now, separating. It's going to be a rough one. Strength reversed. Your ego is going to take control a lot. And that is where you get defensive, you get angry, you get manic depressive, a little over the top in how you process this part of the unraveling of this relationship and breaking apart what you want to take with you independently going forward and what you want to leave behind. It's going to take a lot of courage to allow what needs to come, you know, if it's anger or a fond memory, if there's more healing to be done. It's going to be a rough experience for you, but you can still manage it. Just be aware of when it's your ego that's taking the reins, or if it's your, you know, authentic self, your higher self that can see from a bird's eye view down what is the purpose of this experience. Ace of Blades reversed. I want to get clarity on that one. Page of Coins and Knight of Wands. All right. Yeah, I think your emotions are gonna sort of bulldoze you over while you move through this. You know that you can think through the healing process, and you know what the grief stages look like, but you're gonna be all over the place because you're gonna go through one and then you're gonna be like, heck no, like I'm tougher than this, I don't need to feel this, and go backwards, then you're gonna go back into it. It's gonna be this, you know, cyclical, erratic behavior going on, and that's okay. Just know that it's gonna pass, but you will be focused on that for a little bit. So just allow it to happen the way it needs to happen. Don't get frustrated with it. Healing is not linear whatsoever. It's a fun time. But in the process of this, the Page of Coins says that there's going to be sort of a message, a little piece of this opportunity to learn how to be independent again. And you're gonna find that, I think, more so with how you manage your own household, how you manage your finances. That's gonna be where you start to really see the benefit of being separated from this person, because it's gonna be a lot easier on you, a lot more enjoyable, because you're gonna have control over those things again without having that secondary voice telling you what you are doing right and what you're doing wrong and how they can help you. I think that's actually going to be a lot more enjoyable, and also running your household and managing your finances is a very stable activity, so that you can kind of ground yourself in that and have your routine there, and while you're letting your emotions process everything else that's going on. So go ahead and lean into that. If that means making a schedule for, you know, doing your budgeting and you're cleaning the house, making dinners, grocery shopping, things like that, things that are just so necessary and can be sort of a mindless pleasure in the fact that you're getting something done, but you don't need to be emotionally invested, so that while you're doing these things, your mind can do what it needs to do. And it's probably going to go through, you know, the healing process. And the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I think you're going to go down memory lane a little bit. There's going to be some times where you are going to have these fond memories that you're going to laugh about, and then you're going to go into ones that are less pleasurable, things that aren't going to feel so good, or that are going to be like, hey, there was my red flag and I didn't take it. And those, you know, emotions of anger and distress and guilt, I think, is going to come into play here too. Guilt because I think you feel like this all could have been avoided if you had only listened to your intuition the first time. And that's, it's also a valid part of the grieving process is guilt. Oh, okay, 10 of Blades. You might fall into this pattern of victim mentality, where as you go down that memory lane and you are seeing these events with a new perspective, you may be inclined to play the victim card, that this person was deceptive and that they had an ulterior agenda. I don't believe that's the case, but that's how you're going to feel. Yeah. Temperance Reversed. This is going to be something that's going to take some time to really get your ground with, to find your balance and to, I want to say feel safe. Safe and secure is what I'm hearing. Okay. I can hear my dog whining. She needs to come inside. All right, King of Cups. This is all going to work out for you, because as you move through this process, you're going to find more love for yourself and that need to always be your best friend, your own best friend. Because how many, times you've been through relationships and friendships, the only consistent factor of that is that you have yourself. Everybody else can fall away. They can leave, they can come back. All you have in the end is yourself. So this is about, building that relationship with yourself again first before moving into the next phase of reconnecting with, the dating world or your friends and socialization. So I'm going to stop there. I could go on, but the dog really needs to come inside. So that is your message for Tuesday, March 16th. And I hope you're having a wonderful week. Take care.